ANDRZN.
And we're back into things, you guys. Welcome in. We are jumping right back into the 190 M111K benzene on a budget project. I'm staying busy with all kinds of stuff, so I'm gonna fill you guys in real quick, and then we're gonna get into big part of today's video, which is all the parts that Garagistic has sent out for the 201 chassis and just this project in general. So I'm super excited to show you guys. Let me dive into that and give you guys an explanation of what I got going on. All right over here is just a sneak peek of the box of goodies, one box of goodies that Garagistic has sent, and there's actually more on the way, but we have a beautiful shifter from them that I am in the middle of trying to figure out how we're gonna mount in the 190. I think pretty straightforward, but I'm just in the middle of figuring it out, so we're gonna mess with that in today's video. And then a bunch of other stuff. Let's dive in here real quick. We've got their stainless steel brake lines we're gonna run on the 190. We have, this is the shift rod that's gonna connect with that shifter, shift knob that's gonna connect with that shifter, the button that's going to go on that shift knob. We have shift knuckles for the transmission. There's a BMW style that we're going to try to run. We have everything to basically build our own selector rod that they sent out. Bunch of these. We have the aluminum strut tower reinforcements from them. These are specific for 190, 124, R129, I believe. What else we got? We got a bunch of control arm bushings. We've got, what else is hidden in here? Wheel stud kits, which I think it came in separate packs, so we got, I think, 4 per pack in here. There's a bunch of them hidden down in here. What else? Lug studs, obviously. So, a bunch of stuff they sent out already. What else is in here? This is very jam-packed. I think that's for the most part it right now, so yeah. Control arm bushings, a bunch of shifter stuff, and then the strut tower reinforcements. And one reason I'm telling you guys about all these parts right now and why we're featuring today's video is because they're having a big Memorial Day sale right now. Still live when you guys see this. You can go get a good chunk off all of these awesome parts that they have. And you can also try to pair it with my discount code ANDRZN. Really appreciate you guys. Go support them. Go support those that are supporting the channel here. You guys know how much that means and how much that supports all the builds and how much it means to me. So if you guys need anything, trust me, go check out what they have, because chances are you'll end up finding something that you can use on your cars, whether you have, you know, a BMW chassis, a 201, whatever you have. A lot of these parts can be interchanged to other chassis made to be kind of universal. And you guys know I'm the king of using BMW parts on Mercedes, so we always find a way to make it work, and Garagistic definitely has some awesome stuff. They have some more things on the way too for the project. Like, I know they're gonna send out headlights, seat brackets, and then a few other things. We're thinking about subframe bushings and engine mounts too for the M111. So Garagistic, for those that don't know, is one of few that I would say US based that are providing aftermarket parts for this chassis. And you guys know in the Benz world, most models or makes have interchangeable parts between different chassis, and that's definitely the case with BENZ. So that era, 201, 124, 129, a lot of those parts interchange with each other, and even for later chassis, a lot of the stuff carries over. So there's stuff on here that's, you know, marketed just for the 190s, but it can actually be used for other cars. The shifter is, I think, originally designed for probably like an E30, E36, but we're gonna try to adapt it, and it should be no problem. We'll probably just end up, you know, drilling new holes in our trans tunnel and then doing some rib nut situations or something like that. But a lot of these parts can be interchanged with other models, and you can kind of make them universal, so to speak. But they're one company in the US that is trying to really push aftermarket parts, and a lot of it's in-house billet stuff and really nice stuff that can go on chassis like this, or 202s, or even later stuff, 203s, 209s, etc. So I'm really stoked to be working with Garagistic and super happy they're supporting the project. It's going to be clutch to have all the things that they've sent out already for this thing, and can't wait to get it into shape, because it's looking sorry right now, but it won't. Just mark my words, it's going to take some time, but this thing is going to be such a blast to put together and get all of these wonderful parts on it. So today, let's go ahead and check out the car. and we're gonna take a look at what we can do with this shifter. Alright, so I've been doing a lot of work in the engine bay, getting basically everything removed out of here that I don't need or want. So we just deleted like our whole HVAC panel type thing. I know it's hard to see in there for you guys, but I'm gonna end up building a plate for that. A lot of wiring that I need to go through to just get rid of all the stuff we're not going to be using, to just simplify things. It'll make it that much easier figuring out how to get the M111K and ECU and everything happy in there. But that's engine bay stuff that I've been up to. Inside of the car, we just tore out the shifter. I've still got a few things to unplug on here. A little light bulb, and then there's a cable I think that runs to the ignition tumbler. But cool thing about the 124, 201, R129 chassis is they kind of made the hole for just what they needed for the shifter. So the good thing is there's a lot of meat to basically make your own spot for a, in this case, chassis mounted shifter. So we'll obviously have to, I'm gonna even this hole out essentially. So we'll fill out this whole square to both sides, and then essentially just choose our mounting points up here at the front, 2 in the front and 1 in the back. And we'll see what exactly we need to do, but there's a lot of room and I don't think we'll have any issues with it. I need to remove this, to be honest, to make it easier on myself, but I could not find any videos right now of how to remove this floor console. I'm sure there's just a few things holding it in, but I'll have to spelunk around to see how to get this out, because obviously that'll make things a lot easier getting in there to cut and mount our shifter. So that's kind of the next step. I'm going to get in here, try to fully clear out the things we don't need, get rid of all this nasty old sound deadening and dog hair filled crud that's been in here for 30 plus years, and yeah, we'll just take it one step at a time. But I figured for today's video, since we're taking a look at Garagistic parts specifically and celebrating the fact that they're having a nice Memorial Day sale right now, and the fact you guys can use my code. The code is ANDRZN. You guys can use it as much as you want and go pick yourself up some good deals, and I'll leave the link down below for you guys to do so. Other thing too, if you guys didn't see a while ago, we picked up this nice dyno wheel from Pick and Pull. We got really lucky. I got the hub and everything, so I'll eventually kind of sand this down and refinish this wheel, but for the time being, at least it's just in here mounted. The horn is hooked up, but I'm gonna need to figure out on the actual like design of this wheel. They have a plate that sits over this. I like the way it looks exposed more, so I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Like, I could just snip these wires off and not use the buttons over here, but the buttons are kind of cool. So I was thinking about maybe building a little, like, I don't know, aluminum cover, something that still looks the way it does, but can kind of keep these wires underneath it. So we'll see what I come up with, but yeah, something else cool that we're adding to the interior. So let's go ahead and figure out what we can do with this shifter scenario, and see what else we can finish on the project in today's video. Alright guys, and the shifter, I cannot tell you guys enough. This thing is so nice in hand. The weight to it, everything is just really cleanly machined. The finish on it is really nice. I like how it's kind of that brushed finish and then polished on the centerpieces here. This is a return spring style. Doesn't have a lockout, but I think I'm going to be able to figure something out to create a lockout. But yeah, this is how it sits. Come with this super nice rubber isolator underneath that has that little kind of flex bushing in the center there. So awesome stuff. I'm going to go ahead and attach our kind of shift rod and bushing, and we'll take a look at what it looks like. Alright you guys, so there it is with the shift rod attached. Don't have that threaded down all the way fully just because I'm not going to put it on until it's actually installed. But also here is the Delrin shift knob. This thing is awesome. Again, super clean machining done to it. I'm not going to put our little G up there yet because I got to wait to see where it sits once things are final, but just kind of the weight of everything, I think it's going to be a good driving experience. Alright, so there it is, essentially all pieced together. This thing is so dope, you guys. Very excited to try this out, see what the feel is like. But just, yeah, quality in hand, fantastic. All right, and I wanted to show these as well. These are the aluminum strut tower reinforcements. Obviously you put these on when you have your strut assembly off, but essentially put these I think on top. I don't think these go below, but on top, line them up with the bolts, and it looks like they're a perfect alignment, obviously. But yeah, it just provides a little bit more structure, especially if you want to run a traditional coilover versus, you know, the divorced spring strut assembly. All right, all that said, let's go ahead and just kind of place this in here, see what we're looking like as far as placement goes, and how much room we're gonna need. All right, let's see. A lot of wiring in the way. So I think we're gonna need to go back a little bit. And then obviously we don't have a hole in the floor, but it's actually, yeah, then we're gonna be totally fine. That's probably gonna be, let's say we're sitting right about there for the shifter to be a little bit back. I think that looks great right there, and there's definitely going to be plenty of meat in the trans tunnel to make that happen. So yeah, this should be fairly simple. I don't have a saw with me right now to cut this out, but as soon as I get a chance to, I'll do that, and then we can mark our holes once we have it sitting flat in there. Trying to see, look, I see this attachment right here with a screw. There can't be much to this center. You guys are 201 people that are watching this probably like, it's super easy, man, do this. But yeah, it can't be too difficult. It doesn't really feel like this is held down by much. So see what I can do here. All right, my dudes, you know those times when you're waiting on parts and then you gotta wait for tools and all that other stuff? Well, that has hit us in this video, and I don't wanna get this out too late and have you guys miss out on the possible deals that you can get from the Memorial Day sale, and just showing you guys what kind of parts Garagistic has already supplied for the 190. But I wanted to show you guys something before we head out. All right, so I'm still working on my riv nuts because the tool that I have is the horizontal one. I need a vertical press one so I can get down in there without having to remove the center console, because from listening to people it's a pain. But this is kind of the preview of what things are going to look like. It's sitting in there. It's a little off center right now because I just have it sitting in the hole that's already there, so it's going to be moved over, you know, an inch or so that it's centered. But this thing is going to be so sick, you guys. So realistically it'll be sitting closer to that center point right there, and all tucked mat. That thing is going to be sick. It's like the perfect size, perfect style for what we're going for, and paired with this wheel setup that we got and what's later to come in the seats that we have on the way. I'm so stoked, you guys. This is going to be so dope. Huge shout out to Garagistic. I can't wait to get this thing actually buttoned up and installed, and I'll be sure to make a separate video for that once we got it ready. Whew, that looks good. The car, however, it's not looking its best, but it's about to be glow up season for real, so just stay tuned on that. Can't thank Garagistic enough, you guys. You know, we got the hat representing, we got the shirt as well. I just happen to be wearing this today, but this thing is gonna get a major change, a major progression to it. The headlights are on the way. They're just having a little bit of issues with suppliers, so those are also being provided by Garagistic. We have seat brackets on the way for them, engine mounts on the way from them, and a few other things that'll be coming down the line as well. Things like, probably gonna throw a set of their subframe bushings in here at 1.2, so I can't wait to get all these parts onto the car and get this thing alive and chirping. We're in the middle of refreshing the M111K. I'm waiting on some parts again for that, but we got our oil pump switched out. I will have a completely separate video for that for the people that are out there that are doing, you know, front sump to rear sump or vice versa conversion. So look out for that as well. That said, you guys, if you're interested in picking up any of Garagistic's fantastic parts, what was shown in the video, or go check out on your own, see what else they have to offer. Right now is a great time to do so with the Memorial Day savings still going on for a little bit longer. And if you want to get a little bit additional off, feel free, use my discount code ANDRZN, Garagistic.com. don't be afraid. Go check them out. They got some good stuff. Huge thank you again to Garagistic. I really appreciate you guys' support, just as all of you watching right now. I love all you guys. Appreciate your belief in me and the project and trying to get this thing done. So we will get it done. It will take a little bit of time, but we'll make it. So appreciate all of you. And if you want to get the next one, thank you so much for watching. Peace.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Belief in me and the project.